Kind of a heavier bullet than I expected.
So you're wearing a backpack. Yeah, it was safe. Alright, here we go.
My name is Erich Roepke. My mom tells her friends that I'm an expedition cameraman, but really I'm just a ski bum with a camera. Dirtbag filmmaking isn't glamorous, but what can I say? I have an expedition addiction. And I blame Jeff Johnson. 10 years ago, I saw the film 180 Degrees South. The story follows Jeff, a Californian surfer who quits his job to climb and surf his way through South America. At the end of his journey, Jeff and a crew of iconic climbers attempted to climb Corcovado, a rarely summited volcano in Tompkins National Park in Chilean Patagonia. This story inspired my whole way of life, but I never thought I'd find myself tracing Jeff's footsteps, until I found myself in Chile with local snowboarder Rafael Pease. Rafa is a filmmaker and activist, and has pioneered much of Chile's backcountry skiing. He mentioned he had attempted the first known ski descent of Corcovado a few years before, but he was turned around due to weather before reaching the mountain's base. 2 weeks later, we put together a team and drove south to attempt the ski descent of Corcovado. My best friend and climbing partner, Stein Retzlaff, flew down to Chile to join us. Stein and I have skied around the world together, from Peru to Antarctica to Svalbard. Stein is well versed in Type 2 fun.
Yeah, it's a little bit windy today.
Stein's younger brother Thor came along to film the expedition. He later reappointed himself CSO, or Chief Stoke Officer. Sun just rose and we're getting our first views of Corcovado, and it's incredible. I cannot wait to get out there. After an overnight ferry, we tracked down some local fishermen to bring us to the shores far below Corcovado.
Alright, just arrived. Heading out to this little boat. We arrived here at the beach, so we're gonna walk a little bit extra today to try and find the riverbed before the tide comes up.
On the beach of Corcovado, heavy packs, high hopes, adventure's calling. Did we check the weather at all?
Huh?
What's the weather look like?
Rain all day tomorrow.
Really? Well, last night the rain came in middle of the night. Most of our shit got soaked. Now everything's wet.
Wow, that was easier than I thought. Supposed to rain about 2 meters this evening, so we're gonna
Drown. We're gonna drown.
You wet?
Yeah. We're just gonna go find somewhere to stay warm and dry for the next couple hours.
It's raining pretty freaking hard.
Share with me scriptures and help me to know it's easier to sing than to ride. The black and white bullets that fly from my mouth are hand-picked, tired old lines. And my shoes have worn through from this walking around. It's time to stand still and fight. Even the loudest of words will not make a sound compared to the sound.
Hey, good, Jack.
Fucking great. This is awesome. So we hate my nose.
Explain what's going on.
Well, we set up shelter. Sorry, man, I'm not crying. I'm having a very good time. We set up shelter because we it's gonna rain a lot this evening. Yeah, it's been awesome. Having a really good time. We last night we didn't build the shelter and we got rained on. So tonight we're building a shelter. It might get rained on, but we're gonna make food soon, and we're gonna have some nice warm tea to warm our insides.
What's going on with your fingers? What's happening with your fingers?
Well, we collected a bunch of wood earlier to make this fire, and yeah, no, some rocks and wood and machetes. I bumped into my finger a little bit. We're like, everything's good. We're excited for food. It's gonna be a long night. We're gonna have like fire watches. Ow. Absolutely loving every moment of this. I wouldn't wish I was anywhere else.
On the news tonight, crying for his child in the war. He looked at the camera and asked with his eyes, do we know what we're marching toward? Do we know what we're marching toward? Do we know what we're marching toward?
Wow. Well, we just climbed trees without really even knowing it. We're in the canopy.
There was nothing left to say. How to get up,
It's wrapped around my neck.
walk away. Know when to hold it, know when to fold.
Felt something on my butt. I don't know what it is. They move aggressively fast though.
Cold sweat, blood in my eyes.
Oh my god, it's so fucking gross.
I can feel it.
I've fallen up to here in Jungle Bog 3 times now.
I won't, 'cause you know I'm mine. Ain't no story.
It's not bad. Yeah, it's land leeches, death by starvation. That.
Next to grind, knowing to hold it.
Despite our suffering, it helped to know that Jeff and his crew had gone through the same struggles before us.
We really underestimated this thing.
I would even think about going back.
Oh God. This is the worst. This isn't climbing. But, you know, you could take a helicopter right to the snow line and climb it, because that's cheating. I guess this is what makes the climb, this crap.
And it was all part of the adventure.
Now I'm the last man standing in the street.
Guys, we made it out of the jungle! That was gonna echo.
Echo! After 3 days of scrambling up loose rock and waterfalls, we finally reached the snow line. We prepped our gear and prepared for an early morning start. We would have our chance to summit Corcovado.
It is 10:10 on the dot.
And it's a beautiful day to be here in Patagonia. So we're gonna go summit Corcovado or try.
El Cumbre.
Cumbre acá.
El Cumbre acá.
We kicked off our skis and began the ice climb.
Team's working great together. I mean, we're getting our systems more dialed as we go.
I don't know what I'm doing.
And this is absolutely epic.
Copy! Alright, climbing!
We're doing it.
Just a few hundred feet from the summit, we hit a wall. The ice climbing took much longer than expected, and the ice around us began melting out with the afternoon heat. I felt spooked and way beyond my comfort zone. We were halted in our tracks in the same place that Jeff was stopped nearly a decade ago.
Hey Jeff, it doesn't seem like it's worth risking my life, but we still have to get down.
So it's 3:30 and our turnaround time was around 3 or a loose 4 o'clock. And we're about 132 meters from the summit of Corcovado. So that's a lot of pitches and we don't have the time. We're gonna get out of here and ski from the highest possible point we can.
It was nerve-wracking to say the least. On the descent, I couldn't help but remember a quote from Yvon Chouinard.
So it's kind of like the quest for the Holy Grail. Well, you know, who gives a shit what the Holy Grail is? It's the quest is what's important. The transformation is within yourself. That's what's important.
Sure, we hadn't reached the summit, but we had transformed. We were given the chance to pay homage to those who inspired us, and we'd had one hell of an adventure. And, best yet, we got to ski Corcovado.
Boom, good to go. We're skiers at the end of the day, so this is pretty good for a bunch of skiers.
Down at the bottom of the quarry is a diamond for my baby. Down at the bottom of my pocket there's a lonely dollar bill. There's a lonely dollar bill.
Second time here on Corcovado. First time jungle issues. Second time we didn't get to summit, but we achieved one of our 2 goals, skiing from the highest skiable point. So I am super stoked. We're all alive, no one's injured, so we're gonna go home and celebrate. But I'll definitely be back again for the 3rd time.
There's a beat in my heart that will carry me home. Yeah, carry me home.
I didn't necessarily know what to expect from Corcovado, but it was freaking epic. Some of the best first turns of the year I've ever had. It was one of the most epic days.
Now we're taking all the chances, and we're splitting up the rations, making riches from the ashes, singing steady as we go, singing steady as we go. No more standing at the mountain, wishing instead it was a fountain, full of money for the counting, make us rotten to the bone. That will make us rotten to the bone. Yeah, no more standing at the mountain.
We've had highs, we've had lows, and honestly this has been one of the most spectacular ski days of my life.
Rotten to the bone. That will make us rotten to the bone.
It's been one of the best adventures of my life so far.
I found a spark in the dark and it moves me along. Oh, moves me along. There's a beat in my heart that will carry me home. Yeah, carry me home. Yeah, carry me home. Yeah, carry me home.
I'm tired of being so wet.